everybody. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of All In Sports. It's your man, Lee Ice. Yes, I'm back. Took a little hiatus, but I'm back now. Me and the big dog was back. What's up, big dog?
Hey, you took a hiatus. I was working, Ice, wheeling and dealing. We got some things coming up, man, we come back. All In Football come back in 2 weeks, July 29th.
It does.
Yep, and then we go to Canada, August 8th.
That might be my future home, man. Toronto, Canada.
Yeah, it's cold up there, joint, man. I like it too, but it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, you can see we are joined by a beautiful young lady. Welcome back, Miss D. Marie. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you guys always.
All right. So, big dog, how you been again, man? You know my memory.
Busy.
I'm getting old.
I'm tired and busy, Ice. Lot of got some issues right now, but busy. No. So.
All right, man. I'm gonna leave you alone, man. I'm gonna leave you alone. But let's thank everybody for tuning to last week's show and thank everybody for tuning this week's show. Like Lee Ice always said, I hope we can entertain y'all doing what we're going through. I don't say that word. I ain't said it in 5 years. I'm still not gonna say it, but you know what I'm gonna tell you? Like I always tell you, protect yourselves and your families the best way you know how. Big dog.
Yes, sir.
Miss Marie.
Yes.
Are y'all ready to get things started?
Let's get started.
Well, you know how we get started. I don't know if you got anything, but we bring it in with a toast to everybody out there.
All right, hold on. Let me hold on. Let me get my
Okay. Oh, nice. It matches the hat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Miss Lady, you ready to go all in?
Let's dive in.
Give it to me. Give me some.
Wow.
Y'all know what's first on the agenda. It's called the All In State of the Union. It's brought to you by the best there is. It's brought to you by the best there was. Damn, he's the best that ever done it. Even though he tired, y'all. He say he tired. Big dog, what's going on?
Lee Ice, the All-Star break is over. Let's get right to the American League standings. The Toronto Blue Jays are up 3.5 games on the New York Yankees in the American League East. It was a former co-host of yours last year or the year before last said the Orioles will probably be in the World Series in 2 years. Guess what place they're in? Dead last, like I told you. It was a fluke season. In the American League Central, the Detroit Tigers are 11 games up on the Cleveland Guardians. And guess who's in first place in the West? I keep telling y'all this, man. I ain't gonna keep telling you this. Them dang gone Houston Astros, 4 games up on the Seattle Mariners and 7.5 on Rangers. The National League, the Philadelphia Phillies are a half a game up on the Mets and 9 games up on the Marlins. The National League Central, the Chicago Cubs are 1 game up on the Milwaukee Brewers, 7.5 over the St. Louis Cardinals and the Cincinnati Reds. Out west, the LA Dodgers are 4.5 up on the Padres and 6.5 on the San Francisco Giants. How you feel about that?
At the end of the day, it will be the Dodgers and the Phillies in the West. I mean, in the National League. And in the American League, I'm not too sure who's on
Astros and whoever. That's all. Just say Astros and whoever. That's all you gotta say. Hey, Marcus Smart agreed to a buyout with the Washington Wizards to join the LA Lakers. How you feel?
Hey, who wouldn't do that?
Right. Still unsigned, didn't report to camp, Cincinnati Bengals defensive end Stewart. How you feel?
Who?
Stewart.
Defensive end?
Yeah, the defensive end for the Cincinnati Bengals.
He better get to camp because I don't see Cincinnati.
Come on, Stewart, man, he all that, bro. He nice, real nice. Von Miller signs a $6.1 one-year deal, and Sinners could get up to $10 million with the Washington, what's that? Honey Baked Ham Commanders. How you feel?
Go ahead.
I get warmed up. Get warmed up.
I'm loving. I'm loving that.
I'm getting warmed up for that. Got to talk about the Commanders.
I know.
Huh? What?
Major Tutty. That's his name.
Oh, Honey Baked Ham. Sprout Slice. Hey, Bradley Beal signs with the LA Clippers. And now the Clippers are looking at Chris Paul. How you feel?
Good move for Bradley. I think I might be the only Bradley Beal fan there is. I'm always like Bradley Beal.
Dame Lillard returns to the Portland Trailblazers for a 3-year deal. Won't play next year though. How you feel?
He never wanted to leave. He was miserable in Milwaukee.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Still, JT Watt, the highest paid non-quarterback player in NFL history. How you feel?
That won't last long because Michael Parsons is coming up next.
You think so?
He's younger and he's better.
Mike Williams of the LA Chargers. LA San Diego Supercharger. Retired Lee Ice after 8 seasons.
I mean, he knows when to get out. He wants to walk away, not limp away.
The minor league, well, everybody calls this the subdivision of the NFL, the SEC. The Texas Longhorns have been predicted to win it all this year. How you feel?
Is what are they calling it? Arch Madness?
Yeah, Arch Madness. Guys, I want you to listen to some of these names. All-time names, you know, that come out every year in college football. At number 1, General Booty. That's his dude's name that plays for a Division III school. He's a quarterback. His name is General Booty. Then you got Tommy Running Rabbit. Dead Coldest Crawford. Luke Niggeamman. That's his name, Lee Ice.
What is it?
I spelled it out. I ain't gonna say it. I spelled it out. Rock Brook Beers. King Large. Hand Hammer. Jordan Masturta. But anyway, Lee Ice, guess what? That's the end of the State of the Union, and that was brought to you by the Toronto Argonauts. Their next home game is July 26th, Lee Ice, against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Then, their next home game after that will be August 9th against the Calgary Stampede, where all their football will be there. Lee Ice, taking the commercial break.
All right, y'all, when we go to a commercial break, when we come back, we're going to chop it up with Miss D. Marie and her very, very interesting career. You're watching All In Sports with Miss D. Marie, Lee Ice, and that was the big dog, y'all. We'll be right back.
You're listening to XO7 Radio, part of Clear Productions Entertainment Group.
You to listen, I want you to listen, and I want everybody else out there to listen. You're fired. Just like that. Gosh, you're fired? Orndorff just fired? Just fired Bobby the Brain Heenan?
Until recently. Lee Ice.
Yeah.
I ain't got to say it was Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Fired Bobby the Brain Heenan on national TV. Remember the WWE used to have a little night show like
yeah.
Like John,
Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, you know.
From Tampa, Florida.
Yeah. Back to you,
with the bangs. He had bangs.
Yes, he did.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to All In Sports. Lee Ice and the Big Dog. We're about to chop it up with Miss D. Marie, who has a very interesting career, and we're going to start off with your career affiliated with the Washington Redskins. Would you let our audience know how that got started and when it got started?
Well, years ago, gosh, this was back in like 2011 time frame. And at the time, I was working at Papa John's. I was the marketing coordinator for Papa John's in the corporate office. And at the time, you know, back then, they were actually the national sponsor of the NFL. So that was how, you know, the involvement came, you know, with the NFL. And we had Papa John's at the time had also partnered with the Redskins training camp when they came to Richmond. Another part of how I was also a part of it as well is because not only was I was the marketing coordinator for Papa John's, I was also working with Bon Secours, in which the training camp, the official training camp for the Redskins in the Richmond area was. It was the Bon Secours Redskins training camp. So I was actually plugged in between both businesses, between Papa John's and Bon Secours when the training camp first came to the Richmond area. But so it was more involvement with marketing, the tailgating, and then I had got introduced to the Women in Washington. So I started doing a lot of the Women in Washington events from there, the tailgating, different events that they had in the DC area. And then I really liked it because it actually is when I actually started in marketing. So my marketing career started then while I was doing collegiate sports as well. So it was really interesting, being a part of Papa John's and branching off to professional sports because they were also doing the doing NASCAR as well. So that's how I came about with partnering with them. So I pretty much just did a lot of the, pregame, the tailgates, the halftime events and things like that. A lot of fan base meet and greets with some of the players and things like that as they came to the area or if I went to Ashburn.
You said the Women of Washington. Was that what Tanya Snyder was involved with?
Well, it's just a whole organization for women, the Women of Washington Redskins. So it was just an empowerment group for women who love sports, let alone who loved the Washington Redskins at the time. So, there wasn't too many women that even, like sports or let alone football or understand it. But those that did, were a part of, Women in Washington. So, we just did a lot of things that empowered women who love sports, in particular football. So we would host like fitness events. We did tailgating our own way and things like that. And, supported the cheerleaders as well. So everything that involved women in sports, I really started with them, honestly. And I became a part of that. And then I branched off from there and started doing more of the events with them.
Can you name some of the other events that they did? Were they part of the breast cancer part?
It's multiple. The Read Across America. Read Across America. We did the 10K every year. I always did even the tours of the stadium. We did that. So they had exercise classes. It was a multitude of different events and promo. Events that they had to do to highlight, especially preseason. Anything that I was able to be a part of, I definitely was. So
was you excited about working? I don't know if you were a Redskins fan at the time, but were you excited about working with a professional, team like the Washington Redskins? How did that make you feel?
Yeah,
you was working. Mm-hmm.
It was definitely exciting because it was really, the first time even stepping into professional sports. Just seeing the behind the scene things, I had never been in the locker rooms before. So, got to see a lot of behind things, got to talk to a lot of players, the referees and things like that, just to see. I had always wanted to know what goes on as we're watching the games during commercial. And so to be able to be on the field and kind of see these things, I'm pretty sure everyone knows if you've been to a football game or any game, you kind of know what goes on, when it's halftime and things like that, or the brief intermissions that they have. But I had always wondered that, watching TV, what do they do? Do they break when it's commercial on TV? But it was very exciting because it was the start of my marketing career. And what a way to start to be a part of pro sports. I was very new. I was definitely in my infancy. However, Papa John's wasn't, so, they were big at the time, as far as, being a part of the NFL. So it was almost like I kind of had a leg in, but I had no idea, no clue about marketing, because I have a nursing background. So I had no clue of anything, but it was almost like I wasn't going to work because it was fun. It was fun. And actually at that time, it actually made me leave nursing, and I actually went to school to get a marketing degree. So because I liked it that much, I really did. I loved the interaction, with the players. I learned more about football, and then I kind of strayed away from watching basketball and wanted to know more about football because I have two young men myself who were also played football. So it definitely made me want to, know more about football. No, I was not a Redskin fan. I am not a Redskin fan, but I tell everybody, I may not be a fan of your team, but I hate on nobody's team. So, if you love the game of football, I just love the game of football. So,
who's your team?
I am from Massachusetts.
Oh, no. Patriots?
So hold on. You were working for the Redskins. So are you telling us you were a Patriots fan while you was working?
I stick to my hometown. So all my Mass teams. So the Red Sox, the Celtics, the Bruins, and the Patriots. I stick to my home.
Leah, so with that said, take me to commercial break, man. I'm disgusted.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break. Even though Miss D was a Pats fan working for the Redskins. When we come back, we're going to chop it up more with Miss D. Marie and the big dog, Lee Ice. We'll be right back.
Am I hot for days, or is it just my imagination? I mean, here I am, styling, profiling, custom made, from head to toe, and I run into a little 18-year-old girl in the parking lot that says, "Please, nature boy, take off your sport coat, pretend like you're wearing a pair of blue jeans like Magnum and the Rock and Roll Express, and show them this one time." Huh? That's right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for the girls one day. I'm going to put on a pair of blue jeans, and I'm going to show you why Slick Rick and Space Mountain are synonymous. You understand? Woo! Now, Ronnie Garner walks out here, the shot heard around the world. Garvin, I've said it before, in the words of the great Art Anderson, the odds of you knocking me out, brother, are astronomical. You had something in your hand? Here it is right here. This is it. Ric Flair. Look at that back, huh? Look at that lat spread. Now, Garvin don't look too tough right there, does he, huh?
Well, Lee Ice, I ain't going to tell you who that was. That was one of our former guests. And we will be at WrestleMania again in Vegas this year, 2026. Hope you're there, Ric Flair. We can talk to you again, bro. Back to you, Lee Ice. And that last segment was brought to you by Max Site. If you want your website, if you want to be branded right, go to Max Site. Lee Ice, back to you.
Miss D. Marie, are you a wrestling fan?
I was.
Old school wrestling? Who was your favorite?
Old school. Tony Atlas, Junkyard Dog.
Wow.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior was one of my favorites.
I was going to play Ultimate Warrior coming back.
Jake the Snake, Roddy Piper.
You definitely go back. You definitely take it back.
Well, where I'm from, the WF headquarters was in Connecticut, which was like 40 minutes
Also,
from where I'm
also
from.
Connecticut.
So yeah, in Connecticut. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was big into wrestling coming up.
Yeah, when I used to bowl in tournaments up there, you drive right past it on 95.
Yeah,
Right
you
on
sure
the back.
do. Yeah.
Mhm. All right, we was chopping it up. We was talking about your marketing career with Papa John's, which is affiliated with the Washington Redskins. And you
And
said you
how I'm a
start,
Patriots fan.
huh?
And how
Yeah,
I'm a,
being a did they know you was a Patriots fan?
it's nobody's business. I was there to work.
So you say you started in 2011. How long did you do this for?
Wow. Started in 2011 till probably I would say maybe 14, 15.
Okay, so approximately what, 3 to 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
About 3, 4 years.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay. During that time, okay, we know there was a lot of things going on with that organization.
Yes.
Did you see anything unusual that you could talk about? I mean, because you said you were kind of hands-on. You saw some of the players, and
Yeah.
did you see anything unusual?
It definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things. But, I was always there to do my assignment. I was always there to do what I needed to do because that was my job at hand. So, but yeah, just some things I had been exposed to, some things, I've seen and, but, some things, I can't mention, but, yeah, I will say I did see some things, but nothing.
The things that you saw, were you like, man, what in the hell?
Well, it's nothing that doesn't happen in the world of entertainment and media and anywhere else, politically. I've seen it in many other entities as well, other than just professional sports. I have seen it in, different things and acts in all walks of my media career, honestly.
Hey, D. Marie, so about 2 or 3 years ago, me, Big Dog Hill, I told Lee Ice and another co-host he had, this was going down and it's about to come out. 2 years later, it came out. They didn't believe me. I said, my sources are telling me this is going on, Lee Ice, and it's like out of control.
Yeah.
And the whistleblower that got mad, there was a couple of whistleblowers that got mad at Dan Snyder because he fired them, and that's how everything came out.
Yeah. And I, there again, like I had, my involvement was very, very little involvement, as far as, specific events, whether it was a meet and greet, whether it was just, opening day to the training camp and things like that. So I had specific assignments to do. So I really wasn't, I was there, by way of third party. So, it's just a different experience, especially being female, because, in the world of sports,
Did it make a difference you were black or white or just?
No, I didn't feel that. It was just because you got to think back then, you really didn't even see women in sports at all. Not like today. Now today we got, female commentators, we got female referees and things like that, where we didn't have that back then. We didn't, so when women had certain opportunities then, it was really hard to get certain opportunities at hand. So I do know there were, certain things that I could have been involved with that I chose not to, just because of, my way of, the way I wanted my career to go. So I just chose other avenues. Sometimes I just, had to turn down some opportunities, even though I know it could have changed my career, could have changed my life, but I had to realize that it would have only been just for a very short time. So, so I chose to do things the long way, which, just, making a name for myself and things like that, which I didn't do bad for myself. But
so you said you had opportunities.
Oh yeah, certain advances, certain positions or opportunities came with a price. Came with the price.
I don't mean disrespectful, but
right. And and you'd be surprised to those that adhere to some of those advances, but this is not just in sports. I mean, it's in a lot of things that go on, unfortunately, with women. So, yeah.
Now, you said it definitely goes on in life and in other areas. Why do you think it was so put out there that it was going on with the Washington Redskins? I mean, I'm sure it's going on in other sports
everywhere.
franchises. So why you think it was put on blast like that for the Redskins?
I don't really know per se. I can't really say because, like I said, I didn't have that deep involvement outside of the world of marketing. So yeah, I don't know where that piece came from. I don't know if it was just broken relationships. I don't know.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Dan Snyder?
No.
Was there talk about him?
The ice.
Go ahead.
Are you able to do a part 2? Because we're running out of time. We probably got about a minute left. Dee Marie?
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to do a part 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The ice, you got about 45 seconds.
Okay. So you never met Dan. Now, did you hear things, rumors? This is going on with him. He's an asshole. This, that. Did you?
Oh yeah. I mean, everyone talked about that, and I don't adhere to he say, she say until you prove me wrong. So until you prove me otherwise, I don't. I listen to the he say, but I don't involve myself into things like that. That's how you stay out of trouble. I don't. I go and do what I need to do, and then I mind my business.
Hey, Lee Ice.
Yes, sir.
Go to part 2. When we come back, Dee Marie can tell her how Papa John's career ended and how everything else flourished.
All right. Y'all heard what the big dog said. We're going to come back with part 2. We'll be right back.